All right. In this video, what we're going to do is we are going to take the Simon2 game that we made, take the code from the Simon2 game, and we're going to make some, well, I guess improvements is up to you. But we're going to change it so that instead of having levels, right, where the levels increase and then there's a way you can win when you beat the 10th level, we'll have levels, but there's no way to win. It'll be a high score game, right? Just like Pac-Man or Tetris. You just play and you play and you play, and you lose when you mess the sequence up, but you can't really win other than having the highest score amongst your friends, I guess is the way you would consider that winning, right? So, let's go ahead and open up a blank notepad here and figure out what we have to do, right? We'll create a small to-do list for the things that we're going to have to do to make this go from having 10 levels and then you win to infinite levels, right? So one of the first things that comes to mind when we're going to have infinite levels is we're going to have to be okay with repeats. So before we made an array called sorted nums that went 1 to 10, right? Or I guess 0 to 9 in this case. And we pulled from that randomly and took numbers out so that we could throw them into random nums, right? So that we never had any repeats. So we don't need sorted nums anymore because it's okay if we repeat numbers. So one of the first things that we're gonna have to do is delete sorted nums. And then we're gonna have to rewrite our shuffle function so that it will have, so that all it does is just add a new random number. So that's actually going to be a really easy, much easier than what it was before. Because before we had to do this weird, like this fancy thing where we took from sorted nums and added them into random nums and all that. Now, basically all we're going to have to do is, something like, add to rand nums maybe like random number 0 to 9 at end. And that's basically the only block that's going to have to go in there. Anything else that we're gonna have to do? Well, we're gonna have to delete, we can't win anymore, so we can delete the win-lose. We can delete our win-lose variable and delete the winning animation and sounds, but I'll just call that animation. Now, the other thing, we're going to have to rewrite one more thing, and this will probably be the hardest thing that we have to do, and it won't even be that hard, but we're going to have to rewrite what we do every time that we finish a level. Because when we finish a level in the old one, we just bumped level up, and our logic for each level was pretty much set, right? Because right here, when we press AB, we're relying on score, right, to get those numbers from the random nums array and check that we're there by checking it against the player's position. And then, when we beat the level, when score is greater than level, we just change level by 1, and then we just keep checking in that random nums array, and that random nums array is already built for us, right? So if you forgot how this worked, when we start the game, right, which is when player ready, as soon as player ready is set to 1, then, basically it's already ready right here. So let's do that. Let's console log random nums in case we forgot what that looks like when the game starts. random nums, and we should see our array. And there it is. So this is the answer to the entire game already made before that on start loop is even finished. We've got all the answers. Now, if we're going to allow this game to be infinite, we can't remake this array like this. We can't create an infinite array before it's the player's chance to go, because it'll never be the player's chance to go, because this will just be infinitely creating numbers. So instead, we're just going to do the first one. And then at the end of each level, we will add a new number to that array. So even the computer won't know what the next level's number is until we beat that level. Unlike this one, where the computer knows what the correct answer is for the entire game before the game even starts. Right? That's going to be different. Now we're just going to do one number and add a new number in each level. So rewrite, what will we say? Like rewrite the randoms logic so it adds a new random number at the end of each level. And I guess we should also say that, so it starts with only one number and it adds a new random number at the end of each level. That's perfect. And that's actually going to go not there, because that's a big part of what the shuffle function is going to be. And because we're not shuffling anymore, right, we're going to also rename this maybe, right? Instead of shuffle, we'll call it, add number or add num, because we're going to add a new, probably even better, add random, because we're just going to be adding a random number to the random number array, the random nums. So let's get started. Easiest thing to do is let's just go ahead and delete sorted nums. We don't need that anymore. So we're going to go back. Let's also not forget to take out the console log for random nums. We don't need, actually, you know what? We'll leave that in there. And what we'll do is where's that going to go? So here's sorted nums. We'll also delete it from there. We don't need in shuffle to do anything with sorted nums anymore. So that's going to go. The entire, sorted nums add value to index, that's gone. We don't need game length anymore. We forgot to put that in to do, but game length can go. Don't need that because game length is going to be infinite. We don't need this loop because we're not going to loop 9 times for 9 levels because there's going to be infinite levels. So remember that we only wanted to do this once. So randoms add value to end, pick random, don't worry about that anymore, or this, throwing lots of stuff away, and just pick random 0 to 9. And that's pretty much it. So our shuffle function just got so much easier because what we're going to do here is add number, add random. And that's what we're going to do when we reset and right before we start. So now when we go into console log, right, you see we're just getting some random number at the very beginning. Instead of playing this game where the entire array is already built for us. So deleted, done. All right, we did this, but now we need to figure out how to do it when, at the end of each level. So first, okay, let's also delete the win-lose variable because we don't need for when we win-lose. We only need the losing one when we reset. because we can't beat this game. So on reset, we can only lose. And win lose is here. That can go. If level is equal to the length of array of random nums, that can never happen anymore because we're making an infinite array, so we can never really equal that. That's impossible. So we can throw that away. If score is greater than level, okay, we still need that because each level is going to have to go up. We set score to 0. We change level by 1. And we set player ready to 0. Now, when we beat each level, so this is what we were talking about before. So we deleted the winning animation. We deleted the win-lose variable. So all that's left now, I told you this was easy. We just have to rewrite the random nums logic so that it starts with 1. We already did that. But this part here adds a new random number at the end of each level. Well, here's where the level ends, right? When score is greater than level, we'll set score to 0. We'll change level by 1. And then what we'll do is we will add, we'll call add number. So what is that? What was that? That was weird. I never saw that before. Anyway, we're going to call add rand number to, I guess I was copy pasting something there. We're going to call add random number so that when we beat the level, we add a new number to the end of the sequence. So if we have this open, this is basically our cheating console here, right? So if I refresh, let me turn the sound on so we can hear that. Stop. Refresh. So we have 1. Okay. I can't even do this even if I'm cheating. All right, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's that one. 4, 0. That's easy. Let's see if we get a repeat too, which we should. 4, 0. Oh, we only called it. Hold on. Because I am going to have to cheat if I play this game. I'm not very good. So what we'll do is we'll console log rand nums every time that we add a new random number. That way we have our entire cheat sheet because I won't be able to do this without it. Okay. Stop. Refresh. Okay, 6. 9, 8, 7, 6. 6, 4. 6, 4, 0. 6, 4, 0, 9. 6, 4, 0, 9, 1. Not used to not getting a repeat so early here. 6, 4, 0, 9, 1. Two. There we go. Our first repeat, 6, 4, 0, 9, 1, 2, 2. So we'll test this just to make sure that it works. That's 6, 4, 0, 9, 1, 2, and then 2 again. Very good. Okay, so now you can see that we're adding new numbers. I don't think I got to 9 to 10, but I'm not going to do that. This make this video go way too long. But you can see that, well, I guess what we could do is test that the failing works. So that was us. That was it landing there. But I'll put my answer in as 0. There we go. All right. So this works. We have our, oops, did not mean to do that. We have our code for our Simon Says game, except now it is infinite. We can play on forever, which, you know, if you didn't like the fact that you could only play up to 10 levels, now you can, if you're good enough at remembering numbers, you could play well past 10 numbers, you know, as far as you can remember, because the only limit here will be the memory inside of the circuit playground, which, I mean, it's a pretty small device, but still, you know, one array can be really long before you run out of memory. So I'm certain that the limit is the human mind, not the memory inside of the circuit playground. Anyway, as always, I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.